So with this one, I really like that mocha black and white. I thought that looked good. So I'm gonna go in, click mocha black and white, and run it. I like this image, but it's not perfect to me. It's a little bit boring. I like the lighting, I like the pose, but I wanna add more to it, so I wanna add a texture. Now, you can go in and add textures any number of ways. The problem with adding textures for me is that, again, it takes a lot of time. When you add your textures, you can go and drag something in, create a layer mask, brush off the layer mask off of their face so it doesn't make it look like they have jaundice, and you can go in and hook it up, but it just takes time. And then a lot of times if you go in and you brush off the face, what'll happen is you lose, like if there's a color shift, then you lose the color shift because you've taken away that image. So then you have to get into multiple layers with Gaussian blur, and it's just a lot of work, and I don't want to do it. Just straight up, I don't want to do it. So I use the Bor-tex tab. Now this allows me to run borders and textures on my files. The only bad thing about this panel is that it doesn't allow you to import your own textures. That's a question that a lot of people ask. There's a ton in there, and they're great, but you can't customize it with your own. So with this image, though, I want to run Bouge. I just like that. Doesn't that sound fancy? Bouge. So we're just going to click and run it. That's OK. Turn off these warnings. We don't need that. All right, so now it has gone in and applied a texture for me. It's done. And now remember, I told you guys about how if I went in and I want to take off the texture, like this allows me to go in, and as I take off the texture, you see we haven't jacked up the color. It allows me to take off the texture from her face. Oh, you don't have scurvy. That's exciting. Go off, go down like this, okay? Paint it off. And you can be as careful and you can make any decision you want. If you want to take it off all of her body, that's fine. If you don't think it's distracting on the jeans, leave it. Doesn't matter. Now, personally, I don't like what we've done to the color. I think it looks weird. And since I'm the artist, I get to pick what it looks like. So I'm going to go in and I want to remove the color. All I need to do is go in and type remove texture color. Done. So now I have this fully finished image. And at full speed, that's like 30 seconds to do that. And I want to walk you guys through this tomorrow because when I'm doing the live shoots, if you're asking questions, I'm going to be like, great question in a rush. So I want to make sure you get it today because I'm not going to have a ton of time. This is just using actions, using third-party plugins, portraiture, the dashboard, things that you can invest in that are not insane amounts of money, but it's going to bring your workflow around crazy fast. It's going to make this so easy. So another thing, so it's done, right? We're done with this file. This is totally done. All right. I hit Command-Shift-E to flatten it. Now, what do you guys do when you close your files? You gotta save it, right? I don't even save my files. I just hit close, and then it asks me if I want to save it. Yep, I just skipped that step of asking if I want to. I don't even go in and click Save Close. I just click Close, then it asks me if I want to save it. Skip the step. It's a whole nother step. I never click Save. I click it through that close window.